favour.
Great.
And we'd go from there.
Matty was absolutely crucial in giving people permission to join the choir. For the men who really thought that it was just something ridiculous. You know, there's a lot of embarrassment about singing in South Oxhey. Fine if you're doing karaoke and you're 6 pints down, but very different to go to a choir rehearsal, stand up and take it seriously. And Matty kind of made that OK.
With Matty's help, Gareth managed to rally together the young guns of South Oxhey for the first rehearsal of his new male voice choir.
So, gents, thank you very much for coming. Do you want to down pints for the moment? Give yourselves a break.
I mean, put on the floor, not down them.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Tonight's just about kind of having a bit of a laugh and exploring things, seeing how it goes. If this goes well, then we can do it next week or the week after. We can see there's all sorts of possibilities. Let's try it. You might want to stand up. 2, 3, and...
Slip inside the eye of your mind.
It's a bit higher than that. Slips right there. Can you get up there? Slip inside the eye of your mind. If you don't, I can go take it down. Yeah, exactly. And slip inside the eye of your mind. Don't you know you might find a better place to play? A soul slides away. I mean, the idea with Matty was to form a kind of male voice choir, but to do it on their turf, so to go into the pubs and the environment that they were comfortable in and just sing there. Pint in one hand, music score in the other. Tenor.
Very talented.
Very good. Very good.
Talented.
Patrick, definitely a tenor. You were fine there. That sounded really good.
I personally I'm really, really chuffed that they've turned up.
It's really nice to meet people of that age group, and pretty much my age group, in South Oxhey, because they're the one group that have been staying away. You know, a male voice choir from South Oxhey, I think could be fantastic, because it has such a great energy, and it's the one thing that people do not expect to happen. They don't expect men to sing.
Matty and his men started attending rehearsals every week. The male voice choir gradually began to mean something to them, and Gareth decided they should showcase what they had learned in the pubs of South Oxhey.
Tell you what, lads.
Hey, that's good.
The last thing I would ever have pictured myself doing, and I don't think they'd picture themselves doing it, but it's coming together, and the fact that we're really excited about it and wanting to do it, yeah, it's quite surreal, really.
The singing tour was to take place on a South Oxhey Friday night.
Here's the hats. Do you want to work out which
59, 58.
Oh, really, 59. No jackets.
Right the way down there for us to do it up.
Half wins and not.
Does that mean you're going to have to come round mine later when you take it off?
Hey, don't it feel good?
It's a good one, boys.
I think we can do each other proud.
I think we're not bandit tonight. I just imagine everyone looking at us thinking, these boys, they ain't got one good syllable in them.
Bunch of wankers, I think, is probably the phrase they'll probably use.
But I personally think once they hear us open our voices, you know, we'll turn a few heads, hopefully a few women as well.
It seemed like a really good idea a couple of weeks ago, but now I'm not so sure, because they all need Dutch courage, but they're having so much Dutch courage, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to sing or not.
Slip inside the eye of your mind. Don't you know you might find a better place to stay?
After going down a storm in 4 of South Oxhey's 5 pubs, the final venue was the Grapevine, where Friday nights are legendary. The fear was a men's singing group would be laughed off stage.
Are we going to do it? Pat, you'll do it if we all do it?
I want to do it. We'll do it. Just do it.
When we got to the Grapevine, that's when it went outrageous.
To be honest, I would rather have been getting in the ring. Just to look on Gareth's face, he was so getting into it, and just like the smile on his face. And he had all these girls behind him, all like jumping about, dancing and roughing up his hair.
Join the choir and you get the girls. That's, it works.
Well done tonight.
Well done, you too. It's great. Reece, I'll be in touch. Thank you.
For one of the greatest nights of my life.
Oh, mate.
That was the nuts.
I found it really moving, just looking down the line and seeing these guys singing, singing quite tenderly at times, really enjoying singing with other men. It's a really good thing to do, and when you harness that power, it's amazing.
When we went in there, what a buzz! What a buzz!
That's amazing. What a buzz!
This is it. We'll be in O2 Arena soon.
Let's call it a day.
With the halfway point of his time in South Oxhey drawing near, Gareth now had 3 choirs. They could all sing pop, but Gareth wanted his main choir to tackle something much more difficult.
I actually want them to have an experience of singing something classical, something choral, that gives you that feeling of something spiritual and something beautiful. OK, good evening, everyone. Shh. I was absolutely, as you well know, delighted with what we achieved last term. It was absolutely phenomenal. But the songs that we sang were quite easy. They were quite simple. No one had to do any homework. There was... I'm giving you a little hint of where we're headed, because I firmly believe that if we go somewhere and we sing a piece of music that really impresses, that you will have the feeling that you had at the end of the Colosseum, you will have times 100. Don't we want to reach for the stars? Yes. Good. Thank goodness you said that. Because, in all seriousness, the piece that I propose that we sing, it's big, it's emotional, it's beautiful, it's going to be a challenge, but I absolutely believe that we can do it. I'm going to play it to you, so just have a little listen.
Gareth wanted the choir to learn and perform a notoriously difficult piece of choral music by 20th century American composer Samuel Barber. Agnes Day is a 6-minute piece in 8 vocal parts.
In 8 weeks' time, we're going to perform this in St Albans Cathedral. Can we do it? Yes! Good. OK. Try it for me. Qui, 1, and qui We've hit our first brick wall. Please trust that I know what I'm doing. We're going to get there. Let's give ourselves a warm round of applause. I've really struggled with this choice because this is incredibly risky. And there are lots of pieces of music that would be much more singable, much easier. But somehow I don't think they would have the effect that this piece has. This piece has an effect. It grabs people by the guts and really, I don't know what it is. It's so mournful and so beautiful. That's what's called out to me as the right choice, because it's what this choir needs. It needs a soul, it needs a heart.
88-year-old Kitty Lee has lived in South Oxhey for nearly 50 years. She'd been in Gareth's choir from the start, but her first attempts to learn Agnes Day had been a struggle.
It is very, very difficult. But that you know, not only me, but my friends that I go with, you know, because they're my ages, and they're finding it difficult as well. Not having it up the top, you see, we're losing it.
With the St Albans concert less than 2 weeks away, the choir's progress was worryingly slow.
3, 4, 1. OK. going slightly faster than the CD, so... Oh, please. Do you know what? About a moment that sounded like the barber. Well done. It's going to be fine. I can see terror, feel a little of terror, if I'm honest, but it's going to be fine. Please do your homework. Thank you. We'll see you next week.
Talking to people, they were saying, we just can't do it. Laughing as though, like, it's just ridiculous. No. As though just give up on the whole idea.
A piece of music like that should sound beautiful. It shouldn't sound like a load of old cats strangling it.
That was a nightmare. I just felt utterly ineffectual because I was just battling on so many fronts. There was no sense of breath, support, good sound. There was no harmony. There was no melody. There was just nothing. There was just grunting. I feel like they're still with me, just. They just about believe me that it's going to be okay. But I feel like that trust is hanging by a thread.
Determined to make his choice of hymn work, Gareth resorted to teaching the piece note by note to any choir member who could spare the time.
This task, what you've given us, is very, very hard.
You're struggling.
Really? Can't get past the first line.
Did you do Latin at school?
No. We didn't do those sort of things when I was at school. Well, I'm a Cockney girl, and I so I didn't imagine myself singing Latin. Agnus Dei.
Qui tollis.
Qui tollis.
Peccata mundi.
Peccata mundi.
That's it, it's mundi.
Mundi. Why can't you do that in English so that I'd know?
Well, in a way, you don't really need to know.
I'll get there, Gareth.
I'm
determined to.
I think you're doing well.
To get there.
With the choir members forming themselves into groups.
Honestly, how are you getting on?
Honestly, I think we're getting there.
Gareth's tuition started to pay off.
Hey, that was really, really good. That's the best singing I've heard today.
4 of his tenor singers were getting further than anyone else.
£25. My goodness. You're brilliant. Well done. That's up to page 9. We've only got a page and a half to go.
And even Kitty was improving.
You're fine with that one, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Just feels like when you've got people of that generation in the choir, there's a heart to the thing. It's got a proper community feel.
The time came for Gareth's main choir to perform at St Albans Cathedral. 6 months ago, few of Gareth's singers had ever sung in a choir before.
This was very, very hard, but I mastered it, and here I am singing in Latin.
Even fewer had sung classical music, let alone a vocally complex piece like Barber's Agnus Dei.
Everybody ready? Yeah. Oh yeah. We're gonna smash it? Hopefully. Yeah. Are you scared? Yeah. Why? I'm not scared. I'm a little scared. No, I think it's gonna be fun.
Oh dear, this is good, isn't it? We're going to sing in here. And it was a bit eerie, because it's cold in those places.
And it's very echoey, you walk out and it's like, wow, and then you hear your wow go around about 5 times.
You have to trust all the weeks and weeks of rehearsal. You have to trust all the preparation you've done at home, that that's enough and that that's going to make it happen for you. Best of luck, everyone. It's going to be a great show.